All right, let me ask you something. Have you ever caught a ball without even thinking about it? Or maybe you suddenly had a feeling that someone was about to text you, and a few seconds later, your phone buzzed. Kind of weird, right? For a moment, it almost feels like your brain somehow knew what was about to happen. But here's the surprising part. Your brain actually does predict the future. As you're listening to this, your brain is making thousands of tiny predictions about what will happen next. It predicts the words you might hear next. It predicts the sounds around you. It predicts how objects will move. And sometimes it even predicts how people will react. Your brain is basically running a nonstop simulation of the future. And without this ability, life would be almost impossible. Think about it for a second. Imagine if your brain couldn't predict anything. Every sound would surprise you. Every movement would feel random. Every action would take too long to react to. Catching a ball would be nearly impossible. Crossing a road would become dangerous. Even having a simple conversation would feel slow and confusing. That's why many neuroscientists describe the brain in a very interesting way. They say the brain isn't just a thinking machine, it isn't just a memory storage system. Instead, your brain is fundamentally a prediction machine. Its main job is to constantly ask one question: what will happen next? And it answers that question by analyzing patterns. Every experience you've ever had becomes data. Every memory, every mistake, every observation, your brain stores all of it. Then it uses those patterns to predict future events. Let's take a simple example. Someone throws a ball toward you. Your eyes see the ball moving through the air. But here's the problem. There's a tiny delay between the moment your eyes see something and the moment your brain processes it. If your brain waited for the ball to arrive before reacting, you would miss it almost every time. So instead, your brain predicts where the ball will be. It calculates the path of the ball in advance. Then it tells your muscles exactly when to move. By the time the ball reaches your hand, your brain already knew where it would be. That's why catching something feels automatic. Now, here's something even more fascinating. Your brain is actually slightly ahead of reality all the time. There's always a tiny delay between the outside world and your perception of it, usually around 100 milliseconds. So instead of waiting for information to arrive, your brain constantly predicts what it expects to happen next. Then, when real sensory information arrives from your eyes, ears, and skin, your brain compares it with the prediction. If the prediction matches reality, everything feels normal. But if the prediction is wrong, your brain notices the difference. Scientists call this a prediction error. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. At the beginning, your brain has no idea how to balance properly, so you wobble. Maybe you fall, but each mistake teaches your brain something new. Each fall creates a prediction error. Your brain studies what went wrong, then it updates its model. Slowly, your balance improves. Eventually, riding a bike becomes automatic. Another example is reading. When you read a sentence, your brain doesn't analyze every single letter. Instead, your brain predicts the next word. That's why you can read quickly, even when words are slightly misspelled. Your brain fills in the missing information. In many ways, what you experience as reality is partly built by predictions inside your brain. But predictions are not limited to objects or language. Your brain also predicts people. When someone begins a sentence, your brain already guesses how it might end. Sometimes you even finish someone's sentence before they do. Your brain also analyzes facial expressions, body language, tone of voice. All of these signals help your brain predict emotions. But predictions are not always correct. Sometimes your brain guesses wrong. For example, you might think someone is angry with you because they look serious. Later, you realize they were simply tired. The same thing happens with visual illusions. Your brain expects to see certain shapes or patterns, so it interprets images based on those expectations. When the prediction is wrong, you experience an illusion. These moments reveal something fascinating. Your brain is not just recording reality like a camera. Instead, it is constantly building a model of reality. Another surprising fact is that your brain even predicts your own actions. Before you move your hand, before you speak, before you consciously decide to act, your brain has already started preparing the movement. But prediction is not only about the next few seconds. Humans also have an incredible ability to imagine possible futures. You can picture different outcomes in your mind. You can plan your day, your career, even your entire life. And that's where something called intuition comes from. Often that feeling comes from your brain recognizing patterns. Patterns you may not consciously notice. Instead of giving you a detailed explanation, it simply gives you a feeling. That feeling is actually a prediction. That's why experienced professionals often rely heavily on intuition. A firefighter might sense that a building is about to collapse. A chess grandmaster can predict several moves ahead. A skilled athlete can anticipate an opponent's next move. But prediction doesn't just shape our actions, it also shapes our emotions. when your brain predicts something positive. You feel excitement. When it predicts something negative, you feel fear or anxiety. Ultimately, every second of your life, your brain is quietly running simulations of what might happen next. Most of the time, those predictions are so accurate that you never notice them. Your brain is not just reacting to reality, it is constantly trying to stay one step ahead of it. And if you enjoyed learning something new today, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we explore the most fascinating ideas about the brain, science, and the future of humanity. So hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.